Hey guys, this is Tigers coming to you with Marvel Rivals. So we're going to be on some fun, some chilling, and just overall enjoying some quick play-based games, and looking at some new games and all that. But first, there was something I didn't want to cover before I do get asked about my opinion on it. Sony going digital. I don't like it. Now, guys, I 100%, for the most part, probably more digital-based gamer in the first place. There are a few games I've been having on disc. There are a few games I do have on disc. But I like the convenience of basically just being able to click on a game and not needing to go and be like, so where is the disc for that game? Because back with my 360, and maybe the odd time with Xbox One, I was like, okay, so where's my disc for that game? And back when I first got my PlayStation 4, it was like, well, if I swap from this game, I've got to move and put a different disc in. But now it's just like, okay, so I spent a couple hours on Marvel. I spent like an hour on Marvel Rivals, maybe an hour and a half. You know, I finished up playing. I want to play Minecraft for say 20 minutes. I want to play GTA for like half an hour. It's kind of more convenient, but at the same point, guys, Sony and Microsoft, because I'm going to chuck them into this party as well, just in case they ever go for it. And they kind of have the Xbox Game Pass, but it's kind of more reasonable. Both companies going, and now, before anyone does start comparing to PC, I've seen a few people, and a few people have already discussed it. With PC, you do actually have other options. And the big problem with the fact of Sony going pure digital, and the big problem that will happen if Xbox ever do it, you're then basically locked into the market. If Sony say, take GTA 5, which is a big discussion not GTA, GTA 6, which is a big discussion in a minute because the code in the box. The reason nobody likes it is, one, collectors, they're kind of getting fucked with the codes in the box. Two, that's kind of going to potentially be the only way games do stay affordable. Because take it as this. Take GTA 6. If it was not the code in the box, and was just a case of you had to purchase it directly from Sony, instead of say spending 100 quid or 100 something on the Ultimate Edition, you'd be spending like 120 quid to 130 quid on the Standard Edition. Because at that point it'd be like, you want to play this game, you'll pay our prices. Now, every so often Sony do have a good game on sale. Every so often. And every so often there is a good game through PlayStation Plus. But I find it rarer and rarer that I do go and be like, hey, that game looks cool. There is the odd game I do download, but there is rare occasions where I do go and be like, hey, I want to actually play that game. Two games I'm thankful I did get off PlayStation Plus were God of War and then God of War Ragnarok. Because I did enjoy the bit of God of War I did play. I never completed it though. And another thing, taking away an option just because it's going to make you more money isn't a good thing. And I'm going to chuck another company into this because they've somewhat done it themselves. Hasbro with Transformers. And the reason I'm chucking them into this conversation is very simple. They've put the prices up on Transformers. Which, being in mind, guys, Transformers are meant for kids. Like, they're meant as a kid's toy. But someone seriously name me what kid can afford to go and drop 90 quid on, what was it, a Commander? Because guys, I like collecting action figures, I like collecting Transformers at points. And looking over Superior at Christmas, I'm like, okay, so Silverbot itself is 30 quid, and it's not even one of the nicer versions of Silverbot. Yeah, it's better overall, but I would say the Combiner Wars one looks nicer, and it's cheaper. Yes, the legs aren't as stable because it's just Silverbot's arms, and if you want to get bulk them up, you do have to kind of get around that by using the two Feetbot's arm, the double barrel guns to bulk the legs out, which is what I did on my version back in like 2017. Was it 2018? Honestly, it's been a few years since that version, because it was the G2 version, the one I picked up, which came without problems, but like getting delivered in the first place. I had to walk and fetch it in from my local post office. That was just other problems. But those companies jacking up their prices just because they can, it's just a piss take. So before anyone does turn around and say, but you're whinging when you're a digital gamer, there are still games I prefer having on disc. I'm happy, like, guys, if I didn't have the Avengers game on disc, wouldn't be able to play that. Granted, it's not a great game, wouldn't be able to play that. And as more proof, a lot of the things that people are pointing out at the minute is Sony have recently got rid of 100, maybe 200 something movies from the store because they lost the license. Did they at once give anybody a refund? No. I don't think, I was affected because I don't think I've ever bought, like, I've bought movies, but I don't think I've ever bought them from the PlayStation Store. Like, Prime, YouTube, Disney Plus because of Black Widow. And that's, like, generally about it. Otherwise, physical copies or watching them from streaming services. But, either way, people have been fucked out. Like, for instance, say if you spent, say, 200-300 quid on a good selection of movies because you loved them. 2 seconds later, they're then gone because Sony's lost the license and they're not going to give you the refund. They pocketed from the 300 quid while you're then down because you don't have those movies. And guys, 300 quid for the movies would basically be a case of you're talking 20 or 30, like 10 to 30 games, like 20 to 30 movies. Same with video games. Now it's not as many. It'd be like 3 or 4 roughly. But it's still not great. Getting into the Marvel Rivals conversation, I'll do some fishing after. Quickly want to go over this, guys. When I heard about the fact of, because I saw the Lady Loki skin and I saw the White Fox skin, I was like, I miss getting an actual Lady Loki skin because it looked cool, and I'm like, I don't need it. And I was just kind of upset I didn't get it. Kind of annoyed. And I was like, the White Fox skin does look cool, and I do need a White Fox skin. I don't, like... About to say White Fox? No, that's Emma. She'll be down at the bottom, won't she? Like, up to getting the coastal, up to getting that skin, I didn't have one for her. Funny story. These were, I was able to, like, do these yesterday, but they were balloons. And I was like, not gonna get them on the first attempt. I'll try one attempt on both. Like, I'll try a couple attempts, and then if I have to get more currency, I will, because I do want to get Lady Loki, and I might try and get White Foxes. Bear in mind, guys, currency-wise, I had 300 limited time currency, and I think 100 units, and I think it was from like 100 to 200 units, and so I was like, I'll just pop a balloon, and I think I went for like the middle one. Yeah, because like it was like right there at the time, so I think they've moved around since. And I popped, and I was just like one attempt, and I'm like, wait, you're telling me I've got decent luck now? And I was like, you know what, I'll do a couple attempts on White Fox. And I think it was like 2, maybe 3 attempts. Like, all rewards in 2 attempts. All rewards in 1 attempt. And I was just like, wait, telling me now I've got good luck? And the reason I'm slightly annoyed, and the reason I don't like the balloon popping events, and I'd rather them be, yes, I didn't have to spend a single penny, single bit of actual money to get these skins. Because I had units saved up. Because I had time-limited units saved up. Again, units were saved up. But I was lucky. Emma Frost. That took me actually spending money on the game. And if we go to Doctor Strange when I can find him, if I was actually on the right page. Doctor Strange is not here now. No, it is. I didn't get this because, again, I wasn't that fussed about Doctor Strange skin. And I just did a couple of times. But there are some characters that, like, for instance, Emma Frost, Luna Snow, Invisible Woman. I'm gonna check Elsa Bloodstone in because she's kind of cool. Magic. Black Cat, Black Widow. For the most part, a lot of my mains, and if the skin does generally look cool, I am willing to actually get it. But at the same point, for the most part, well, I just want an auto skin, like a different skin for those characters, which is why up until recently my Mr. Fantastic skin was just the first family suit, and it was the same for. It was the same for Invisible Woman too. Because I was like, oh, that skin looks cool when she first came out, so I picked that up. I ended up having enough to pick up the same for Mr. Fantastic. And then Malice came out and I'm like, it looks cool, but I don't really want to buy it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. And then I don't remember how I ended up getting it. I think I then got this, because this came out on the 20th. I acquired on the 20th of the 5th of last year. So yeah, so I got that, like, this was acquired on the 11th for the first. A year in January is when, like, these was when they came out. So there are just some characters, like, for instance, Iron Man. I want a different skin for Iron Man. But he's not a character I play. And if I was to get a skin for him, the two I 100% would go for would either be his endgame suit, because I do like it. But I slightly prefer the Mark 7. I don't know why, I just kind of prefer the bulkier armor. And unless they release like a really cool variation of his armor from Armored Adventures or something. Same for like Spider-Man, although I do like the black suit. I think the only way I'm ever going to swap from the black suit is if we get like something like the Spectacular suit. Potentially if we ever say get Toby's. Or if we ever do get like a 1-to-1 classic. Maybe then. But like, going over characters who I still don't. Who I still don't have skins for. Covered in this season, Cyclops and Daredevil. I don't like the Weapon End skin. I surprisingly do actually like Shadow Glaze. How much is it? Next time I get 600 units, I might, because I don't actually hate it. But at the same point, I don't hate base Cyclops' skin. It's not completely 100% accurate to the Jim Lee suit, but it is pretty close. It's not pretty close, it is kind of close. There's definitely elements of that you can be like, that looks like Jim Lee's era. Like the original, like, 97 suit, all that lot. Devil Dinosaur. Daredevil. Only two suits I would either be the Born Again Season 2 suit, because I like the black with the red, I think it looks cool. Or the 2099 suit, but if I was to ever get one, it probably would be Born Again Season 2. So it's just Demon Rage. And then Devil Dinosaur. Again, Tropical Beast would probably be one I'd go for in a minute. But Chrome Armor is still just cool. Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur are new this season, so not that surprised. Daredevil's just a character I'm not that interested in. Blade, he's been out since the 8th of the 8th. And Blade's had some cool skins, but the only one I would go for would be the Edge one, but again, none of them look that cool to me. Plus, Blade's a character I don't know much about. Like, my only interaction with Blade as a character is in the original 90s Spider-Man show, Ultimate Spider-Man, and I think potentially in a MCU movie. Because part of me wants to say he did. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's Deadpool Wolverine he appeared in. Hulk is surprisingly one who I don't, but then again, I don't really like any. Like, Infinity Hulk is probably one I would go for. If I had any of them, I would just have them equipped, but like, Hulk's Hulk. If we get an MCU Hulk or something, an Agents of Smash, or Hulk from the Hulk show from like the 90s, maybe. But that's 3. But say Loki could make 4, but no, I've got another Loki, like, I got. But I'm happy I've got a version of Lady Loki, which is again another reason to prove that if we ever do get, like, for instance, War Machine Rescue, they will just be reskins of like Iron Man and like such and such. I mean, I think if we ever get She-Hulk, she will just be a reskin of Hulk. I want to say Psylocke, and it's like, no, that's what she looks like personally. What she actually looks like in game is a. Only thing I do like about this more than that is the mask, but it's not a big deal. 3. White Fox would have been 4, but again. Are you telling me there's only 3 characters in this game who I don't have an alternative skin for? Yeah, because I've recently got skins for Gambit and Rogue, which would have been 4 and 5. And no, 4, so it would have been 5 and 6. The fact that 2 of them are old, but 2 of them are new. Cyclops 100% will end up getting a skin at some point that I do like want to actually get. Devil, more than likely. Blade and Daredevil, Battle Pass, more than likely. Anyway, I've spent almost 20 minutes talking and not actually in a game. And we need to get into a game quick. Also guys, if you tell me anything from my fan, it is still kind of warm, and I'm basically trying to stay as cool as possible. Because of the hotter weather, a new UK house not being made for it. But I will say it's definitely cooled down a lot from what it was. We'll go Rogue.
The right gal for the job, sugar.
You see, one problem with me when it comes to getting a new skin for a character, I end up wanting to play that character, so I probably will end up playing White Fox. Because guys, like, I don't ever know whether I am. We do have Magneto, we do have Gambit. Okay, so full perfect.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Is a lot of time when it comes to Overwatch Marvel Rivals, you chuck a new skin on a character, to me, it's like a new character. It's like, ooh, shiny. Like, my mind instantly goes and it's like, even in reality, it's not like... I don't know if I ended up saying this on stream last on Tuesday, but I've been playing a lot of Rolaris recently on Overwatch. That's because I picked up a mythic like last week. And yes, the Overwatch season only did come out recently. I was able to get a kind of weird quest. Like, literally, I was able to get a first win. Also, that's not promising it, but potentially some good news. I do plan to report some Monster Hunter this for Monday, like Thursday. It doesn't look to be too bad for Saturday, Sunday. So white is kind of cool. See, I know exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna record and I'm gonna be like rusty kind of thing. And then it's gonna become instantly hot again. Ah, the white suit's Phoenix skin. Which guys, I will say now, a lot of time I do kind of prefer the Phoenix skin to like the Phoenix suit in general when it comes to Union suits. Because like I've very few suits that because I've not seen the comics, I've not read the comics. So a lot of this is just based on things that I do know. There's very rare suits that I do like the Fox movies they were okay to be honest. They were basically just a case of black leather. Which was okay. It did mean both the Fox movies and X-Men 97 did get a little funny guys. Because both the movie and show took the piss out of what made the same joke essentially. What you're expecting us to wear? Spandex. What we're expecting us to wear? Black leather. Well guys, Generation Zero, I did actually end up mentioning it a bit from recording of last month. X-Men 97 Season 2. This episode has been amazing. Like, honestly, amazing. Like, I don't know if we'll get, like, the one annoyance when it comes to shows dropping, like, 2-3 episodes at once. My mind used to go, are we getting 2 episodes each week? Or are we getting 1 new episode each week? Because Invincible doesn't, and even though I know for a fact that it's going by each week, like, going by weekly, my mind instantly then goes to, I'll be getting 3 new episodes. Although Invincible has its own little problems. So far, the last 2 seasons, episode 3 has ended on a cliffhanger to a point where it's like, you need to know what happens in episode 4. But episode 4 doesn't come out for another week. Which would bug me a lot more. Like if they did, but like it is just kind of more annoying. I'm gonna presume Season 6 Invincible is gonna end doing the same. Which I'm presuming is coming out next year. I did hear something about Invincible coming back this year, but I'm gonna presume it's probably a spin-off. I don't imagine we're getting, because I've not heard nothing of Season 6. If we get Season 6 this year, after only, like, Season 5, what, finished like 2 months ago? Like, that finished what? It came out in February, March, like, I think that finished in like April. But yeah, like X-Men 97 was so good. The first 3 episodes were just amazing. We got a nice introduction to what Season 2 is going to be like. A nice little case of why, like, the X-Men in the future, what, like, how things will mean in the future for the X-Men, how things in the past mean for the X-Men, and how things in the current time mean for the X-Men. It has been a nice little balance. But also the first thing that like comes out of My Hero Academia, which is something I do find funny. They turn around and say, "Oh, this is going to be the final episode of My Hero Academia," and I get releasing bonus episodes. I 100% essentially giving this episode 12. I don't blame them. And if we're getting episode 13, I don't blame you for that. Because quite frankly, I do honestly think we need something to basically just sort of wrap up and show us how Midoriya has been with the new power suit, and we've got a brief part of that, but we didn't get much in the special. It's a special dug more into, you know, Midoriya's and Arachne Evolution, and how the fact they both basically just been lying to each other for like so many years. Because I'd love to turn around and say like last good years, but I honestly don't know how long universal wise it have been.
Disappear!
But yeah, like I say guys, I do plan to record a Monster Hunter. Like, how it goes will be a debatable thing. I got a gut feeling I'm going to jump into a Primordial Malvino hunt and be like, I'm face you Primordial, and it's just going to go, first back into the ouch. But I will say now, and it's kind of annoying, I've enjoyed these last 2 weeks a lot more, not playing Monster Hunter.
Better stop that vehicle.
Personally, I know it's because I needed a break.
There's still a chance to
Depending on how I do, because I think, luckily, there's probably around a month left, like filming wise. So there's honestly probably not that long left of summer break, like for me to film. So I might
You got them all. Another
take a very longer break than I expect. Just because I'd honestly be nice not needing a film one time. Like, whether it's just in the case of I mean stuck in the lap, like stuck on the same couple of hunts, or whether it is just the case of not getting into hunts in the hot weather, putting me off it, or whether it is just a case of I've basically been non-stop hunting for like half a year. And it's not the first time I felt like this whilst recording something. Quest definitely got to a point where, and I do actually have a pretty decent method for dealing with crap whenever it gets like that. For a Minecraft series that I'm doing, ever gets like that, it'll just quite simply be, I will just be taking a break from that series for a couple weeks. But yeah, guys, going over the other stuff in this, like, there's a Captain America skin which I forgot to mention, which gives him a rubber ducky. Which, no, does it? I thought you had a rubber ducky in that skin. I could be wrong though. Which, to be fair, Marvel Rivals is the one game where I'm like, don't want to see anything to do with the skins, and I instantly see them. But then again, it doesn't bug me as much because, like,
I'm not judging.
I'm kind of really, like, I'm wanting to know what the mid-season method's going to be for Overwatch.
You picked the right gal for the job, sugar.
Weirdly enough, it would have been a perfect time to play DPS.
I'm done trying to fight who I am. I'd rather fight the folks who hate and fear me. You picked the right 30 seconds before you attack.
Fuck it.
Get ready.
Once an X-Man, always an X-Man.
We don't have too many DPSs. We've only got one tank, but like, it's down to like 3 support. Plus, I've played with one tank before now within Overwatch.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
It can be
3,
done.
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Like I say, guys, like why I've not been recording Monster Hunter and why there is technically one less video a week, because I have basically just been making up with doing additional Marvel Rivals content. Although I'm saying this now, whether it's just been for the fact that the last couple of like the only 2 Marvel Rivals videos I pull out in a minute have just been kind of lackluster. No, what content that's secondary balance. But to be fair, I've got a gut feeling. Because, believe it or not, and I will entertain this next time I shall know what video, which one I presume will probably be this week coming up, just because there's not been no trailers or anything to react to or anything in a few weeks. Because guys, when it comes to Overwatch, like bringing out like a new a new short or something or a new hero trailer, I don't only react to the trailer, because it'd be like a 2-minute video of me going, oh, this looks cool, and like it'd probably be like 5 minutes of me overall just giving a quick opinion and all that lot. Knowing me, I'd round it up to 10 to 15. But then I also start gameplay. Because for those who only want to see my opinion and all that lot, it takes much to 15 minutes. But for those who want like the gameplay and all that lot, they only have to wait like 5 minutes. And for those who want to see both, you've got both as an option. I'm pro option when it comes down to it. which is another reason why Sony decided to, see, one of the big reasons I'm annoyed about Sony deciding, because I think it's 2028 of January, so it's like, I think, like another year we're getting this game, is, it's the fact of Spider-Man. I like having this, like, granted, I don't know, I don't think I have the Miles, no, I don't have the Miles game on this. At some point I do want to get it, but I like having Spider-Man games on this. And if Spider-Man 3 is not going to do it, then I'm going to be slightly annoyed. Although one benefit to basically Coast in the Box or, you know, digital only, and it's the only silver lining, and I've already seen videos of people doing this for GTA 6, is scalpers. The dicks are the dicks when it comes to things. More specifically, the dicks when it comes to Pokemon. Who can't do it to Yu-Gi-Oh! And the reason they can't do it to Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because Konami constantly reprint everything. You want the original artwork of Brewers and you want to scalp that to, like, you know, 15-20 grand?
This is what the professor trained me for since
yeah, it's fine, you just get one plate free for it.
Ready to meet the monster?
Plus, a lot of the time, it does just come down to a case of,
Get ready.
as long as you don't mind on the artwork for Yu-Gi-Oh!, you're kind of fine. Like, I can only think of 2 cards right now that I honestly had a bit of a pain in the ass to get.
I'm impressed you can hear it.
Because I didn't want to spend a stupid amount on them, and those being Baron de Fleur, because I wanted it for Soul Soul, which is now banned, which is kind of annoying. Because I got banned not long after I ended up getting it, and I'm like, oh god, it's annoying.
I'm the last of my people.
I still would have, because I like keeping my Master decks and Astral decks the same, and I just make changes to them because I play Master a lot more, so if I know how a deck works in Master, I know how it works IRL. And I make changes going tournaments before, like, no one. Like, for instance, I have Boros Savage and Baron de Fleur in there because, again, running Link monsters in Sword Soul, you actually have pretty easy negates. Plus, it's because I ended up getting like a second Boros Savage. But, and the other code was access code forfeit. Which, funny story was, I wanted to get an access code forfeit on the Cyber deck for it. Why? This is before I started playing them, like, hand traps a lot more. It's just because the case of I wanted the Cyber. Yes, before I started playing hand traps, there were times where I did just use Powerful Guard. But it's not because they can decide, because they, you know, work with the architect, all the part of an archetype.
You are nothing!
Nothing! And, like, for instance, like, Boros Savage in, you know, Dragon Knight, Borreload, access to for Inspizer. The Triple D wasting high Caesar in like DDD deck, and not just running a Fiendsmith combo. Which I'm honestly saying right now, DDD don't have many small negate based cards, and it's not a card that, you know, DDD can go into easy. They don't have very easy level 6s. They have a few level 6s, but no one's like got hundreds of them, which is the point of the deck.
You could kill Jean Grey.
React Fusion summoning, you don't really have that much, like, it's not something they can easy enough bring out. Which is fine for the deck, it meant the card was not going to be broken. But then, you know, Fiendsmith came out, and you can get level 6 to the field. Oh, honestly guys, a lot of cards I would want, like, that getting abused in other archetypes, I would just change the summoning requirements. Take Wave King High Caesar, which is signal for a lot of Fiendsmith lists. I would change it to need a DD or a triple lead monster to summon it. That's one of the main reasons Shadow Plant Virgin Anaconda got found, not because it was broken in Predator Plants, because of how easy you can send Fusion Destiny to the grave. I ran it in my original variation of Branded, because I also did run it with Predator playing cards too. It was a Predator Branded deck, and I was using it to send Super Volley to the grave. Because to me, discarding a card is a lot more of a cost effect than paying 2,000 life points. Because everyone, almost everyone dueling would rather pay 2,000 life points than discard a card. And Advantage is a lot more of a, thing you want compared to life point Advantage. I've seen people come back and endorse me on like barely any life points. But I've also seen people be on maximum life points and lose duels from having lack of cards. So, but the reason Pride of Brand early on Conda to get banned was just quite simple. Fusion Destiny, Red Eye Fusion. 2 cards who, until 2 other cards came out, were really cooperative. The reason Red Eye Fusion became a problem because of it was Red Eye Dark Magician. You need Red Eyes and Dark Magician. Now, you couldn't very much easier if you brought out with the itemizers, because you couldn't search itemizers in Dark Magician deck. And so you would just run Red Eyes and Thingy, and then you'd try to find with the Anaconda, then Red Eyes Fusion straight from your deck to the grave, Fusion Summon. And with Fusion Destiny, you'd resummon a Phoenix Destroyer in Enforcer, which it is a nice upgrade to add the Phoenix original element here of Phoenix Enforcer, because there was Flame Wingman and then in Phoenix Enforcer, and then Shining Flame Wingman and Shining Phoenix Enforcer. I also got a nice new upgrade within the Destiny heroes that is just stupidly broken that I hate dueling against. It does a lot more than just negate shit and ban it. It's just annoying. But because of a couple of cards being dipped, things like Predator Video Anaconda gets banned. And do you want to know the most problematical thing you can summon in a Predator deck? Most broken cards you can send? Something like Super Polymerization. And bring out something like Starving Venom Fusion. Yeah, there are a few options that do just require specific attribute based monsters, like a plant and dark monster or something, but there isn't many stupidly broken things that you would want out. But yeah, so going over the new Captain America skin, and it does just have like a nice little rubber ducky on the, on the thing. Yeah, I don't like it. I get the point of it, but did they really have to go and give him all of America? Pretty sure I already mentioned this like last week, because it's when I picked up Black Widow. Daredevil also got one, Black Widow got one, Loki and White Fox got one. And I'm just saying Loki because it is technically just a Loki skin, it's just Lady Loki. Which, I will say now, there are going to be people who are going to be out there being like, why haven't you given Loki a summer skin? And it's going to be like, we did. We give, Lady Loki summer skin. Which is what they did do. But people are going to be like, well, we want Loki. I will say most colors don't look too bad. But game number 3. But yeah, there are definitely going to be people out there that are like, we want a Loki skin. Like a Loki summer skin. It's going to be like, you want them to specifically go out their way to design a Loki skin for summer when they could be giving it to, Magic's not a great example, but someone else.
Agent F1. I'm going.
White Fox. Iron Fist.
I don't raise my voice. My actions speak.
I mean,
for me.
Hulk would be a cool thing.
Cheers, mate.
Just giving Bruce Banner like a typical like summer skin, like
30 seconds.
like
Stay
the old like
strong.
Hawaiian shirts and all that lot, and you see parts of it ripped on
You'll
Hulk
make a
just wearing
fine
like the
asset on
shorts
this
and him
mission,
being like,
Mr. Parker.
Oh, hey!
Julie
You see
Banner
what the
picked
ear
wrong.
pay Archer pay lady? I don't go around
I think it'd be
off
cool.
your secret identity.
That's because you don't know it.
I mean,
actually
Black Cat would be
understand
cool
how to
with
keep
summer skin.
classified information secure. Unlike
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's definitely been a while since I played White Fox.
I'm hit. We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Again, like I'm definitely one of those dumb people where it's like, I have a character that I play in a specific role, I basically only play that character. Like, I like saying I play like a
my
playstyle of the
spirit pulls
Magic,
me back to battle.
along with potentially Cyclops for damage, but for the most part, I only ever play Jean. And I like saying I play, you know, White Fox, Invisible Woman, Cloak and Dagger, although I will say, I've definitely played a lot more Cloak and Dagger recently. I've got now someone's gonna start bitching me for not healing. And my instant response is gonna be, Batman!
Your goddess is suffering.
Ah, we got Jeff.
Double KO. They made it halfway. Stop them.
But there are just so many cool characters in the game that could get summer skins. If they were to do a Venom summer skin, I've got a gut feeling what would happen is it would just basically be the Venom, like the symbiote, just wearing like shorts. And it would be like Eddie Brock himself.
Might be a good time to stop them.
I mean, Black Panther could be a cool one. Scarlet Witch could be a cool one. See, characters I'm thinking of, like Emma Frost, it's like, oh wait, she's already got one. Jean can be a cool one, don't think she has.
Fox on the
Rogue, Gambit. Who else? There are just so many cool characters that I would want to get some of the skins, or skins in general.
Call a vampire hunter.
Over the fact of them doing another skin. Do I think Lady Luck is probably the right choice here for some skin for Loki? Yeah. Like, Universe White, they could just basically do it so that Loki can like swap between like himself and like Lady Loki.
I'm back, and I'll be more sly this time.
They made it halfway. Stop them.
Plus, it is also another reason why we basically don't have things like Lady Loki, War Machine, Scarlet Spider, Rescue, any other hero that are very similar to other heroes. Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
And it ultimately does just come down to a case of you're telling me that you want them to basically do very similar skins for the same character like 2 or 3 times.
Don't mind me.
You're telling me you want like 4-time versions of Spider-Man in this game.
That's 3.
Sense them. Close.
Would I personally prefer things like Lady Loki, War Machine, Rescue, Scarlet Spider, Ghost Spider, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, Miles Morales, Spider-Man,
We are ready.
After this?
Fury, Black Panther, you know, get their own like, characters, yes, but same point, a lot of characters don't get skins in the first place. Rivals aren't the only game that do it. Overwatch will the ability to basically go in and be like, what's gonna sell the most? Which I get it, they're a game. But at the same point, you have Black Cat as an option. Like, I'm honestly trying to get some of them. Just because to me that seems like very much a his hidden money.
As good as new. Much obliged.
Because guys, my own community going to find out the fact of that there is a comic where MJ teams up with Black Cat and just wears one of her spare costumes. It wasn't a case of, oh that's cool. Because of wait, now there's two of them.
Your powers are mine!
And it was just the case of, yeah. Shit. I might be safe president. Which is case of wait, now there's two of them. Yes, 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 yes.
This wasn't. Okay, now the claws come out.
Plus, MJ's a redhead. So the reasons why I know for a fact of that if we ever get a variation of MJ, it won't just be MJ because it wouldn't be fun. And it's why if they ever do like a love interest with Spider and Peter Parker in this game, it'll either be if they do Ghost Spider, which I don't think is ever happening common, or more likely they'll just do a single Black Cat.
Almost found out.
Because the only way MJ's going to get put into the game is if she's either A, in say the X-Men Iron Spider suit, which the only way to make that different other than its skin, which would just basically piss people off, is to give it the ability to fly.
Hunt resumes.
And which in that point you've just got female Iron Man. So because at that point if it could use it like if like MJ did have say web shooters and all that lot, you then got people being like, why the hell am I playing Iron Man or Spider-Man when I could just play Iron MJ, which have both.
You get a weapon! You get a weapon!
Release the Glowdrops!
So nah, they could do it with a symbiote.
Don't mess
I
with the
think currently
amazing
in the comics,
Spider-Man!
Back in the game.
I think currently in the comics he's bonded with Venom. But we already have Venom in the game.
We are undefeatable!
He's bonded with in Ultimate Spider-Man with Carnage. Whoa, the White Punk has a... That's cool! This has like a nice little straw hat. Taste the claw, Captain America.
Only 60 seconds left.
And like, there's not like they'd have to fight some way. They could do a Spinnerette or as a Chinchman by the name Jackpot, which is the only way I do actually see them during the run of the game. But Jackpot is such a random character, only ever appearing in comics. And yes, it's not like they couldn't turn around and do the new show treatment where they take a random character that not many people know about. And, you know, turn him into like the most popular character in the game. They could do that. But then I think eventually would then start getting pissed. And kind of rightfully so, because at that point, they'd be taking two female characters who rightfully deserve some love,
No winner yet. Going
and basically making games all about them. Because a lot of people's problems with Luna Snow these days are the fact that she's broken, her powers aren't too bad, is the fact that she basically doesn't exist for anything. And that the fact she gets a load of skins. I'm pretty sure she gets a new skin per season. Like, I'm pretty sure this season alone, she's had like a couple. Granted, not many in the battle pass, which is kind of worse. Then again, Rivals aren't really a game that does that. Overwatch did it with Tracer from 2016 up to 2022. Tracer was their cover girl. And then they started doing it with Soja. Somewhat with Kiriko too. Most recently, I have no idea which one they've done it with.
Another epic victory!
Should be saying that I've won 3 games back to back. Part of me thinks I should be. Blade, you sleep with a sword. I don't want to say katana if it's not, but you sleep with a sword. Something explains a lot about you, Blade. But yeah, like Jackpot's the only way to do it. You see MJ becoming a hero in this game. Which, I'm saying this now, I know nothing about the character Jackpot. When I say nothing, I don't know much. Like, literally, all I know is my power started malfunctioning, because I think they were luck-based, to the point where Venom bonded with her to save her. To the point where it's just created this weird thing with her, and Pete's like, I don't trust it, I was bonded to it. And MJ sort of being like,
The right
you can
heroes
trust
can
me
make
sort
all
of
the
thing.
difference.
Again, I've not seen the actual comic.
You picked the right gal for the job, sugar.
Ooh,
I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon, I shine in darkness.
But then again, I don't really mind Luna Snow getting a bunch of attention.
Orlate was my life. But wouldn't it be fabulous to have an all-superhero band?
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay
But then
strong.
again, that's just me personally. Although there are characters that I'm surprised that don't get more skins.
It's good to see you. We're a long
Like
way
Black
back.
Cat, I'm surprised it doesn't.
Amy Han. If it's good to see me, why not crack a smile? I am smiling. That's not how smiling works.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Like I say, Black Cat, I'm surprised it doesn't. Black Widow, I'm surprised it doesn't.
Thanks so much.
Right guys, I'll be back in a few seconds. Now I need to leave the game, not feeling 100%, but I'll be back as soon as I'm back. So guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Wasn't feeling 100% and died from frankly. Rather take the penalty. Like I'd rather take a penalty and get kicked and be told about it like from the game than being ill.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Honestly, it doesn't really depend on who we end up getting.
Host is an outdated term. Jean Grey and I are one now.
Like, guys, I'm not saying the fact that me leaving the game is
30
great,
seconds
but
before you
again,
attack.
upset stomach,
Get
upset
ready.
stomach, which I'm not going to interfere the details. At least that's what I think it was.
Dark god that brought me back from my cosmic sojourn.
I ended up in a game where I could play DPS.
Why waste your time fighting?
Like, something that I do think would be interesting is, what would happen to Marvel Rivals if there was
The battle
a
starts in
role queue
5,
system?
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Like,
Got it?
Nothing
personally,
puts
I don't
things
think I
into
would end up
perspective
playing it.
like getting
Like, the only
lost
reason
in
I play
time
role
and
queue on
space.
Overwatch is because of dailies.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
there are challenges that, you know, involve me playing, you know, 3 games on, like, bare minimum in, you know, role queue. Damn it. So, because of that, like,
I am fire and life incarnate.
Your turn to disappear.
you know, like, that's the general reason why I do, but, like, part of me thinks it would basically, because, like, the problem that Overwatch does generally have is, because of the fact that we have role queue, anyone playing open
got
queue
you
will
covered.
just instantly go to DPS, which I've had problems with people doing it more than once in games. Because, like, yeah, I get people want to play DPS. One Overwatch Classic never had this problem.
I feel so exposed.
And
I guess Cyclops was right about something.
2, it just makes everyone want to play DPS more. And yeah, you've got, like, yeah, me arguing the fact of, like, oh, why have I got so many DPS players in my game? The argument could be a case of just go play role queue then. Or, how about everyone who wants to bloody only play DPS go and sign up in role queue? The reason they don't is, there you are, you sneaky bugger.
I guess Cyclops was right about something.
You little sneaky witch. To be fair, I remember going to say, sneaky bugger doesn't sound that bad. Because guys, why I try to stay basically family friendly, I do basically classify as my content as, for the most part, I don't go on my way not to make it kid friendly, but there are points where I will just drop random, like I will basically go to Deadpool and just be like, oh fuck, like,
Halfway there. Keep going.
there are points playing, you know, comp where it's just a case of,
Find out what's
I panicking. I was good, if you do want to see me play Marvel Rivals competitive, check out the videos, because I feel like I'm doing it.
Reborn again. Good times.
Nah, the Marvel Rivals videos aren't going to be weekly. They are just going to be a case of, somewhat like the Overwatch videos, just more of a case of, if I like one additional video for that week or something. Then,
You are nothing!
then I will chuck an additional Marvel Rise video, right? But the reason I'm not doing them weekly is because it would basically get very boring. which is why I'm happy that there was a point where I think it was for a few weeks. It might even be during the 10th anniversary where I did start and it's just like, yeah, right on the console getting reactive or Overwatch, this does just kind of feel very repetitive. And the one thing I probably would have changed, I think I'm just doing Overwatch like 3 times at least. I think I probably would have just basically changed the Overwatch stream to Marvel Rivals. But like it was during that week because it's like, well, I wanted to get the Invincible like season 1 through 4 review out as soon as possible. Overwatch dropped the trailer and I wanted to react to that as soon as possible. And I needed the additional videos anyway. And then there was the Overwatch stream. And then shot on top of doing Monster Hunter videos. Like Overwatch was seriously competing between that and Monster Hunter for which content I did the most that week. Although guys, I would say why for the most part I'm probably more of a Minecraft, like why I used to be more of a Minecraft YouTuber, like Quest used to be twice a week. I will say now, I'm definitely spending more time filming Craft 1 than what I did filming like 2 episodes of Rest. Because back in the day I would basically film for like under an hour. Like I was definitely a lot more like I was new to YouTube and all that lot, and like editing all that lot with barriers. Like I didn't always do it all that lot, so like there's a lot of habits that I'm happy I don't do anymore. Like I'm happy my content has improved. And part of that does come down to the fact of now I have easy access to somewhere like to edit for Jet Factory. Again, content not sponsored, but I do like if you've got PlayStation and want to edit content, I do recommend Jet Factory. It's definitely good. You granted there were a couple of limits that are annoying limits. So I wouldn't say they're the worst limits in the world. Like, like needing to edit a video down to below an hour, it's not the worst thing in the world. And only being able to go through 18 minutes of content isn't the worst thing in the world.
Got my eye on someone welcome catch.
You are nothing!
And so there are definitely a few annoyances, but like they're not that bad annoyances. But yeah, it's definitely still something useful. Like I'm definitely having my content changed, and even then, at the minute, I probably would say, even though I've not done a Monster Hunter video in a couple of weeks, I've definitely been more of a Monster Hunter content creator than a Minecraft YouTuber in a minute. And I don't mind it, like I'm not going to always be a more of a Monster Hunter content creator. Like that's only going to last up until Wilds and then Wilds DLC. And then when we eventually get, say, another Monster Hunter game in, say, the year 2030, probably. And again, I've enjoyed playing Monster Hunter, but that's definitely something I need to take a break. And now they're 100%, you know, it's like definitely more content I could do over all 3 of them. Like I could do make videos based on the fact of what's the best weapon and all that lot, and going over a few of them to hunt, say, something like Rathalos, Rathian, Anjanath, Lagiana, Valkana, the pros and cons to all 3 games, and show gameplay from all 3 of them. I could, probably never would. Plus, my content when I've tried to do, like, because I did a Wildlife series briefly. back when I was still filming World. Also, if you're not new around, if you're watching this later, please like, comment, subscribe. Playlist. Yeah, both videos did bad. Because basically, guys, the premise around it was, what if Fatalis Edition? What if I had full Fatalis from the beginning? And the point was kind of just a case of, yes, I know this is very dumb and stupid, and obviously you could solo the whole entire game, but I've not got additional people with me, I've got barely, like, I don't know, like, why very unlikely? And it was like, I started off with an hour, I got close, and I think it took me like an hour and a half and like 2 and a half, I think it took me an additional half an hour on both. And I was like, okay. And so it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Definitely a neat, kind of a nice experiment.
Host is an outdated term. Jean Grey and I are one now.
Pulse charge, fire!
And so yeah. But like, once I get through the Monster Hunter games, it'll definitely be more of a case of, we are going to finish with some fishing. I have 4 in each. Damn it. Damn it. Epic, nice. I probably should start exchanging these, but yeah. Yes! Uncommon, I thought it would never happen, but it did. But, yeah, like, there were pros and cons to, like, most, like, damn it. But like, see, the only game that I have consistently done content on has been Overwatch from Marvel Rivals. And if I was to, like, I think if I was to purely pick a game, like a game that I could only play, like for instance, let's say a month. I can't play any other game content-wise. I can't film any other game. What game would I pick? I would love to say something like only be in the film like Craftmon or like Minecraft for like a month. Would be kind of cool. But Craftmon doesn't do the best. It's more like a niche little thing. Monster Hunter would be very much limited. I think I would go for something like Overwatch. Because why it does bug me, I could do comp, I could do quick play, I could do arcade game modes. Same for Rivals. Plus, that way, I'd still be able to keep the streams because I've just, you know, removed like the Marvel Rivals one. And, you know, and then just move Overwatch to like Tuesday, Friday and stream both of them. And then just check out, say, an additional Overwatch video when there is something to check out. There'd be less content. But you'd also still have like the 4 streams a week, like the 2 streams a week. So yeah, I do think it would be definitely something that would be, because I think smart choice wise, I think the smart choice would be to go for Overwatch Rivals. Plus, I think theoretically I could probably okay, so there is just something with... I'm gonna quickly check out the... Nah, because I have no idea what that's trying to tell me about. Because I think, technically speaking, it might be a bit of a loophole. I think I could make the loophole of... Guys, only difference between Overwatch and Marvel Rivals.
This is what the professor trained me for since I was just a child.
Yeah, I took a whole year to add Deadpool. Ain't that awesome?
And, like, I think, technically speaking, I could probably argue, that I could probably argue the fact that considering the only... And I mean, like, the only difference between Overwatch and Marvel Rivals is character. I feel like I could get away with playing both. Because I feel like, again, they're both very similar. Like, only difference is characters. But going over Luna Snow very quickly, when I can actually find her, although, next season, she will be brought down to that page, well, more than likely. Depending. If we get any characters that start with a start with L, O, and above, and we get 2 of them, then she will. But going over Luna Snow and the reason why she is what she is, guys, when you look at some of like other characters, like first skins they got when they first come into the game, Shining Star was Luna Snow's, very much fit in, very much nice. It was a cool skin and something I wanted to get instantly. And I was like, I'm liking it, but then I was like, do I want to just flip back to this? So I flipped and flopped, but then I think in the end I just went with Shining Star because of the emote. She then got that in the Season 2 Battle Pass, which I still never got. That came out at the same time as them. She then got the Summer Skin last year. She then got that on the, I then got that for her on the 11th, which meant it was in the game around that point in time. Of the beginning of last year. That near the end of last year. That in the middle of last year. And this year, That was last month. No, that was 2 months ago. And then this was last month. Something I do need to quickly double check. Again, they really do need to, because when you check the missions, it's like, 6 days. But when you look at that, it kind of looks like 11 hours. So, was this the final stream for the season that I didn't even notice? Final game is... I might try and check another Marvel Rivals video, right? And have it set the final game of the season. Just because I think there's a new season next week then. There's a potential chance that I might end... I probably will just end up doing another video for it. Because even if I do film Monster Hunter, because that'll be Monday, Thursday, I can then check a Marvel Rivals video, it's like Wednesday. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, this is Dairos signing off, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!